Hey guys, Marsningan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so finally, the new Extreme Super Battle Road stages are coming to Global. And so just like last time, I am going to make guides for each of them. I'm going to try and have these all up before the event goes live in the game. So as soon as it's available, if you have trouble with a stage, I will have a guide up. So we're going to be dropping these videos very quickly to try and get them all out before the event comes out. But yeah, so with most of these guides, we go through specific units, my top picks or honorable mentions. This one and the next one will be slightly different because, of course, for this first guide, we are doing the super class only stage, which is technically the first one, stage 11. So super class only. So rather than going over specific units, although we will mention some as we go through, I thought I would highlight some specific categories because obviously the best way to go about this stage is to use a category team, not to just bring like a 120 super types leader. Although Pycon obviously is an option with his 130 for super types and then his own category, which of course is one of the ones that I'm going to highlight just because of his secondary leader skill as well, being so all-encompassing. So we're going to have a look at some of these categories. Some of them are in fact ones that are going to have their own stage and so their own guide for this next 10. So we won't go into as much detail for those as we will with some of the other ones. So, a big one straight away is Majin Buu Saga. Obviously, Majin Buu Saga and Battle of Wits is one of the best team combos in the game at the moment, using the STR, LR, Vegito as the leader. So, you can make a team that could beat this stage that could then very easily go on and just do the Majin Buu Saga stage with the same team. Because obviously, the LR, STR, Goku and Vegeta are really, really good. And then as we go down here, you know, we got Go Bros, not the best defensively straight away, but can put out a ton of offense. We've got the Int Vegito, which I guess depending how long the stage is going to take you, you could potentially see the transformation and get a free heal. We've got Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta is obviously very good, and Saiyan Man 1 and 2 are good support units. Then as we go down here, obviously there's a lot of powerful TURs. AGL Super Vegito is still really good as long as he's not taking a super attack. Angel Goku's there for orb changing and a whole bunch of healing. Obviously, Tech Ultimate Gohan, one of the best defensive TURs in the game, so he's going to work well on here. The Trunks and Goten, they got their awakenings, they work super well together. Our boy Candy Vegito with the built-in dodges. LR Hercule as well, even. We kind of skimmed over him, but he's not terrible. I just probably wouldn't bring him on the team. Although Majin Buu Saga does have the Int Hercule, who is the dodging machine, can also stun. Of course, the transforming Super Saiyan 2s are on here. As long as they're under the right leader skill, it doesn't matter that when Vegeta transforms, he becomes extreme, because the restriction only stops you from taking the unit into the stage at the start. So because he starts off as a super type unit, you can use him even though he transforms into an extreme type unit later on. And then obviously Majin Buu Saga has, you know, some of the better support units. It has High School Gohan, one of the best super type support units in the game. This Gohan's really good as well. He supports super type Majin Buu Saga allies. This Gotenks can stun and gives a support buff when there's multiple enemies, so obviously super good for Super Battle Road. The support TN as well from the actual banner that Vegito came from. So as you can see, Majin Buu Saga, very, very powerful. We will go into that in more detail in its own guide. And then by using the STR Vegito leader, you have access to the Battle of Wits units as well. So like the Trunks and Mai, Super Battle Road is like the one event where they shine because of the chances to stun. Although I think in this stage, the super type stage, the final stage is against Rose and Zamasu. So they'll be really good in that stage as well because they have their built-in dodging. Same for this AGL, Trunks and Mai. We got access to a bunch of the other Vegitos, like all the Vegito Blues, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, who obviously aren't in Majin Buu Saga. Pycon is still really good because of that support, his built-in dodge, he can seal, his active skill, you know, there's just so much good stuff on here. And this new Trunks as well, we'll talk about him in more detail in the Hybrid Saiyan stage video. But if you're going to bring a Buu Saga team that has a lot of Hybrid Saiyan units, or just any super type team that has a lot of Hybrid Saiyan units, this guy's really, really good as a support. MVP 17 as well, this support Trunks. So having this crossover between Majin Buu Saga and Battle of Wits, this is probably going to be one of the strongest teams. I imagine probably the team I'll do the no items run with. Then, of course, we have Realm of Gods. Realm of Gods is a ridiculously powerful category. There's a lot of units on here with the built-in dodge, like the UI Gokus, STR Whis. Obviously, LR Jiren is on here. The 5-year LRs are on here. Like, this is obviously just a very stacked team. We don't have access to any of the 6-year stuff yet, but yeah, very, very powerful team. LR Blue Boys, they've been back now, so you might have copies of those, maybe even with dupes. Very, very powerful. I mean, you can see there's not a lot of extreme type units on Realm of Gods. So, yeah, this team's going to be a very dominant option. You know, AGL Gogeta's on here. Even the AGL Whis after his awakening is really good. There's not any movie bosses enemies, I think. Actually, stage 1, this Freezer counts as a movie boss. So, technically, you can get God Goku's passive here. But Supreme Cry of Time, obviously really good support unit. Seals and raises her defense, so really good for Super Battle Road. This team's just very, very strong in general. Obviously, STR Whis, very good. Beerus doesn't take hits the best, but obviously, you know, insanely powerful. Physical Vegeta Blue, one of the best units. The Nuka, Blue, Goku, and Vegeta are really good as well for giving you a bunch of healing. So yeah, a lot of very strong options on this one as well. Then of course we have Fusion. So Fusion isn't the best defensive team in the game, but it's incredibly powerful. So obviously a lot of people, you know, most people don't care about doing no item runs. This team is going to be very good because you go into certain turns and if you just pop a Whis or a Icarus, you're going to be fine because you've got units like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the new Ink Gotenks and Ghost for the stuns. Again, we'll be going into these units in more detail for the actual Fusion stage. But again, just like the Majin Buu Saga, you could build a Fusion team to do the Fusion stage and then come back and do the Super stage with that exact same team. Because the units that you're going to use for a Super Battle Road run obviously translate to the other version. You just can only use Super types for this one. But Fusion doesn't really have any extreme units that are any good. It literally has these 3 and none of them even have TURs yet. So Fusion's very powerful. These 2 LRs good. Goten and Trunks not so much for Extreme Super Battle Road. But yeah, very kind of small, more limited category. But a lot of very powerful units. The Gotenks and Ghost really, really good for Super Battle Road, especially after their EZA. Global obviously now has the EZA for Int Gogeta, so he's really good. And yeah, we don't have the EZA for physical Gotenks yet. He would be very, very good in this stage. But yeah, Fusion team will definitely be able to see you through the Super Class 1. Then Hybrid Saiyans is another very powerful option. Of course, the Tech Gohan. We already mentioned him briefly. Super good defensive unit. This team obviously would be able to bring the STR Trunks support as well. And then, yeah, there's just a lot of very strong units on here. Both the AGL Gohans are obviously very powerful. The Tech one can build up his defense to a very decent level, but his offense is just absolutely insane. So you have him on a rotation, you pop a defensive item, and he's just going to pump out a ton of damage for you while not taking a huge amount in return. And then, of course, Bipan for the healing and the stunning is going to be very useful. She's one of those units that almost any category that you can fit her on for Super Battle Road, it'll be probably a good idea to bring her on the team. And then, of course, as we get down into the TURs, we've got a couple of decent support units. Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, obviously very decent defensively. We don't have this new Goten yet. The Goten and Trunks again from the Buu Saga. Gohan on Icarus can get stuns, can give you a free heal in a pinch, so he can be pretty useful. This Tech Trunks, he's starting to feel a little bit outdated, and he's mainly designed for longer events, but he can still be good. And then, of course, the Gotenks are in here, so Gotenks and Ghost. Future Gohan's still pretty good. Spirit Sword Trunks after his EZA is very good. And yeah, this SDR Pan is actually pretty solid defensively, so her linked up with B-Pan is a good rotation. And then, of course, we have this Gohan who can provide support for physical if you bring a lot of physical units. But looking at the TURs, there's not a ton of good ones that are available for global. This Trunks is a very good support unit, as long as you have another Vegeta family unit on the team to get his full passive, but he's not super good defensively. But yeah, again, just like Fusion and Majin Buu Saga, you could build a team for Hybrid Saiyans to do that stage and then use that team to beat the Super Class 1 as well. Then we have reps of Universe 7. So I thought I'd include this kind of for the meme team that obviously Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, everyone likes to meme on how bad he can be. But in Super Battle Road, you can do the Spirit Bomb. I don't want to say glitch, but the Spirit Bomb strategy, where you fall down to low enough health to use the Spirit Bomb, absolutely annihilate everybody, and then move into the next fight on low enough health to use the Spirit Bomb again straight away. And it can be tricky, but obviously using items like Ghost Ushers and damage reduction to keep yourself alive but on that low health to then go into the next fight, you can definitely see yourself speed through just with the amount of damage that you can do. And obviously this team does offer a lot of very powerful units. We're missing some as well as some easy A's for global, but obviously the Krillin is very solid. STR UI Goku and the Blue Boys are on here, so obviously very, very good. The Skinny Boo is actually really good in Super Battle Road as well, so he's a decent option. The LR Go Freezer before their Easy A, not super great defensively, so they would be a bit more tricky. And obviously bear in mind that for the Super Stage, you do have to bring a unit of every typing. So if you're running reps of Universe 7 / Universe Survival Saga, you do need to bring an Int unit, and we can't bring Freezer, so there's not actually a super good Super Int one. But depending on which leader you're using, you have Universe Survival Saga as a secondary lead. There are some options available, but a lot of these units will be good. I don't know if this team is necessarily the best. I think I really only included it for the kind of Spirit Bomb cheese tactic. But then we have crossover. So both the Dragon Ball Heroes units, the leaders that have the actual Dragon Ball Heroes category leader skill, are both extreme. But of course, every crossover unit, every Heroes unit is on crossover. So Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is a really good unit with the super counters and the amount of damage he can do while being good defensively. He's good for Super Battle Road. And then, of course, this gives you access to all of the Heroes units. Units like the Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku, really, really good. Really good defensively if he's on a team with a bunch of Heroes allies. So this team is potentially very powerful. You've got units like the AGL Bardock on here. Again, Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, good for defense. Supreme Opie of Time, good support. We've got the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, who, you know, there's... anytime you can bring Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta on a Super Battle Road team, he's going to be a good option because he's one of the best tanks, 50% chance to stun. So yeah, you could make a very solid crossover team for this stage as well. And then the last one I wanted to show obviously was Connected Hopes, because if you use Pycon, he does have super types 130, so it gives you a lot of options to just bring whoever you want. But if you do bring him as the lead, anyone on this category that you bring is obviously getting the full leader skill. And we have units like Oob, who can be very good. Spirit Bomb Goku's very good offensively. You got to be careful with him defensively. Sometimes going for his 12 key super over the 18 to raise his defense is a good idea. Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta, again, very good. Physical Gogeta, good. Not super good defensively, but can work well. AGL Mai, really good for Super Battle Road. She has a 70% chance to stun. You just got to be very careful because she will take a ton of damage. And then, of course, we got a lot of the characters we've talked about here from the Buu Saga, Gotenks, the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, Gogeta's on here as well. So Namek Goku is very solid. This Gotenks that can provide support with multiple enemies. That Tien is on here. So there's a lot of good units on here. So you can bring Pycon as your leader. You could bring a couple of the choice picks from here so that they're getting his full leader skill. And then you're open to bring whoever you want after that because of the secondary leader skill for Pycon. So as you can see, the Super Type 1, this one has been quite a bit more free form because you have so many options. And so, you know, like I say, I tried to go through some of the better category picks and we talked about some specific units. Obviously, if you're bringing like Pycon and you can bring any units you want, some of the units that we mentioned specifically when talking about other categories would be very useful to bring under his leader skill, like the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, for example, STR UI Goku, just all the units that are top tier for Super Battle Road. You just have to be aware they are going to be under a slightly lower leader skill, so you won't be seeing as high numbers offensively or defensively. So there you go, that is the guide for stage 11, the super class stage. Let us know down below, what team are you planning to use, what category are you planning to bring. If you think there's any specific units I should have talked about more, let us know down below and we can continue the discussion in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.